Hey guys, and welcome back to your girl Brittany with BB's Crafts. Thanks so much for hanging out today. I want to go ahead and share on my first projects that I did for the Fairytale Club with the Truth, Love, Beauty, Freedom. I probably said that all backwards. Collection, and absolutely love. Oh my goodness, it's so much fun playing with this collection. And I hope you guys do check out the other ladies and been seeing what they have been doing as well. With today's video, I will be doing the project share, and then I'll also have a quick little tutorial on how to do the base of it, and then also a process video of how I put everything together. I kind of cut out quite a bit because the video was extremely long, but it at least gives you the idea of my whole thinking process on what I did to put everything together. So, without further ado, here is my project. Oh, she's so cute. All right, so this is one of the 1920s video camera, and I was inspired by the actual video camera that Andrea had created to be like one of the ephemera pieces, one of the decorative pieces of the collection. I actually had a different idea, but then I really loved this one as well, and so I used a really pretty glitter paper in the background to help accent it a little bit more. And then I also used one of these flowers that Lori had gave me. And then I also used, this one is Crafty by Nature, and then this one is Cuddle Me Clay Tay. I also did some pink eyelash trim to also kind of help bring it out more, because back then it was like, you know, all about feathers and just flashy and stuff, and so I really wanted to bring that out as well, with, because you guys know I love themes. I love telling a story with my projects, going along with the paper collection that I use. And then in the front here, these are actually ribbon spools that I use for the lenses. And so what I did was I spray painted it black on the inside of it, so it wouldn't just be that, you know, off colors on the inside. And then I traced it and added the paper on the front here, and the same thing here, but this one I made into a shaker using some different sequins that help bring out the colors from the collection. And then I added some little bling pieces that would be like, you know, like the flash or the button for the video camera. And then I used the Truth, Beauty, Freedom, Love little ephemera piece here, a cute little gold full leather bow, and then the little bright flashes there, because you know it is a video camera. And then I took some straws and I spray painted them, so then that way it actually can stand up. Like, you know, it's supposed to be a tripod, but I had did my placements a little funny, so I ended up having to do 4 legs instead of 3. But I think it would have made more sense to actually add the feet on there, so you had the actual idea of what the video camera was like. I mean, they had different styles, but this is one of the ones that they had used in the 1920s. And again, it was going off using this ephemera piece that she had added. And then I used one of the stickers here. It says "Remember This," and again, this is like the little piece at the top, so just like how up here on the picture of it. But then it's also a 2-in-1 because it is a box. So this is not just something that looks pretty, but you can go ahead and send happy mail, or if you want to use storage of pictures or anything like that, you can go ahead and put that in there as well. This box itself, it measures out to be 3.5 inches across, and minus this top piece here, it is about 5.5 inches tall, and it is about 2.5 inches deep. So it is a really good size to send goodies in there. And like I said, I do have a quick little tutorial on how to do the base, so this part of the box and this top piece of the box, and then decorating it is just all your own. So I do really hope you guys like my project. I hope I did the collection justice with it, and I absolutely love how it turned out. It's actually a really great addition into my craft room. This isn't going anywhere. I love it too much. So if you want to take a look to see how I created it, go ahead and stay tuned. Otherwise, guys, thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. this really cute tutorial on how to do the base of the 1920s video camera, and then afterwards we'll just have a sped up process video of me decorating it, because otherwise it would take forever. So we're gonna need a cardstock that is 11 by 12, and starting on the 11-inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch, then at 3, and then at 8.5. Then we're going to rotate it so that it is on the 12-inch side, and then we're going to score at 2.5, at 6, and then at 8.5. Now, because I couldn't go further than 12 inches of cardstock, I'm going to need a piece at 5.5 by 2, and then we're just going to score it at 1 inch, and this will be adhered to the box to form it. And then we're going to need a piece that measures 5 by 4.5, and then on the 5-inch side, we're going to score at 1 and at 4. Then we're going to rotate it, and we're going to score at 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and varnish our score lines. And then with this, we are going to start cutting. So on this side where we have that 1/2 inch score here, and then like we have the bigger boxes here, we're going to go ahead and cut up. So we have this first 1/2 inch, and then we have this next score line. We're going to go ahead and cut up to the second score line on all these pieces here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to completely remove this first one. So if you look at it, we have small, big, small, big. So the big one here on my right, I'm completely remove this one. Then the next small one, I'm going to cut in half, about halfway. Just eyeball it. And then I'm going to just cut it at an angle, because these are little flaps on the inside. This one here, I'm just going to cut this 1/2 inch part. I'm just going to cut my ends at an angle. And then this last small piece, I'm going to cut a half again. And then cut these little, and then angle cut these. Okay, so then when we flip it over, we are going to go ahead and just cut up to the score line on all of these. And then for our smaller flaps, again, I'm just going to kind of cut it in half, so then that way it eliminates the overhang. And same thing with this smaller flap here. Alright. So then that's all for that. Now I'm going to take my 5.5 by 2, the one we scored at 1 inch, and go ahead, varnish that one, and then I'm going to cut off just an angle on both sides while it's folded together. So then that way, again, to avoid overhang. And I am going to pick, doesn't matter which side you're going to, because it needs to adhere together. And I am going to add some of my adhesive. I'm going to adhere it to the very edge, so with the mouth of it away from you, I'm going to lay it down. And I'm just going to smooth that out. Then I'm going to add my glue on the top portion of the flap. And I'm just going to fold this over and adhere it down. Okay, so now here we have the box. So the bottom of the box right here, all we're going to do is just fold in our flaps, and I'm just going to cut off just a small angle here on both sides just to avoid overhang. I'm going to fold that down, and then I'm going to take my adhesive. Actually, I'll do glue and hot glue. And just put that down. And then this top part here, that 1/2 inch, just tucks in just like that. So that is that part. And now we take our 5 by 4.5, and we're going to go ahead and varnish those score lines. Okay. And then I know it's hard to see on the black paper, but the part where we have that 1/2 inch left, so remember we scored at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a 1/2 inch piece here. These smaller rectangles here at the top and here at the bottom, we're just going to go ahead and cut those off. And I'm going to do mine at an angle because this is the attaching piece. So then it looks like that. And then for the rest of the little smaller squares, we're going to cut up to the score line. Like that. And so again, I'm going to add my adhesive. And then fold the other side over and right on top there. And now this is just a decorative piece. It actually holds no purpose. It's just a decorative piece. It's an element that was part of the camera. But if you wanted to hold function, then make sure you use either like a removable pop dot or Velcro dots, and that way the person can open it up and then there's a special surprise. But otherwise, all you need to do is just fold the flaps and just fold them closed. And then that piece will go on top of the camera box like that. And so that is just the base of it. Everything else is all up to your designing creativity. And so now I'm going to speed up the process, but I'm just going to go through and decorate.